I remember a time before the Cascade dried up. Here in Vertistello, the four nations of plant and bug people flourished and thrived. But the great waterfall that fed the land slowed to a trickle, revealing a vast salt sea and unknown islands. The only guide were the words of the 13 dried carvings. The water will slow to fall, but the tides are turning. Find the infinite lake to replenish the world and discover the salmon who will grant you a wish of whatever you desire. This marks the beginning of the tide, as many greenfolk hauled onto ships to find the infinite lake and maybe riches, adventure, excitement, and purpose along the way. And what exactly is a salmon? Is that a berry? That was 50 years ago, and the tide rushes forward ever still. There are many stories caught on the wind between sails, but why don't we hear just one? Of a butterfly gunman with clipped wings, a ripened and explosive piece of produce, and a witch made out of tea. This is Join the Party, Camp-Paign 3, The Rising Tide.
I'll sing you a song that all green folk know.
Until the water falls home.
That only began 50 years ago.
Until the water falls home.
We seek the deep lake and a wish-granting salmon.
Until the water falls home.
So hoist up the sails and load up the cannons.
Until the water falls home.
A rush on the tide, sail through the Cascade, an adventure ships, a ceaseless parade. I dream of roots buried in the deep below, but we can't well sleep till the water falls home.
Last time on Join the Party.
The crew finds a cave in the mountain that the compost facility is built into. It's filled with blackberry thorns and some sort of anti-magic field because Cammy can't communicate with Kid Cervantes. As Cammy and Troy are trying to figure out what to do, Umbi Geronimo's his way into the abyss. What he finds is not death, but the cave opens into a giant pool of some weird liquid that contains the ruins of South Compost City and the many, many prisoner pirates that are kept inside of this cave. Turns out, this is the prison. Luckily, that includes Kid Cervantes and his cactus siblings. Unfortunately, that includes a Blackberry Dragon who opens up its mouth and vacuums everything into it. Even more unfortunately, the dragon emerges at the moment that Troy and Cammy jump into the cave themselves. So hold on tight! Let's get the party started. In a word, folks, this sucks.
Oh, interesting. I agree.
Nice. I think it's pretty good, but I think everyone else who is running away, all of the people who are in this compost facility, in this ruined town square, running away from the Blackberry Dragon that has opened up its mouth, revealing 5 sets of teeth and a gullet sucking everyone in. Everyone running away as Kid Cervantes and his siblings are pulling Umbi away down on the street and up in the sky, quote unquote, the Z-axis. Troy, Cammy, and Havana Tropicana, doctor in medicine, is getting sucked down from the air. Here's how this works, folks. I'm going to make you all do strength checks to try not to get sucked down into the maw of the Blackberry Dragon. If you get 3 during the time that this is happening, you get sucked in and you're having a bad time. Each time you fail, you get pulled in a little bit more towards the Blackberry Dragon. All right.
Great. Cool. So should I roll a new character now?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Okay. Cool,
in between those checks, you can definitely try to do something if you'd like. I also want to say that down on the ground, as Kid Cervantes and the Cactus Kids are pulling Umbi off of the street, hopefully into some of these buildings. Umbi, you're just rolling straight up. But since you're floating down from the top on the Z-axis with nothing blocking you in any sort of direction, I'm going to need our other 2 intrepid pirates, plus Havana Tropicana, is going to be rolling with disadvantage, at least to start here.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna fully die.
Is this a collective action or a individual action?
You're doing it to save yourself, but everyone's doing it at the same time.
Got it.
Yeah.
I rolled a 7 and a 4, so that's gonna be a 3.
Oh, pretty bad.
Got a 3 and an 8, so 3 plus 1 for a 4.
That was bad. Havana rolled an 18, but then rolled a 3. So while you're
Squad!
you have jumped in, you've splooshed, you're looking around, and then all of a sudden, as you are getting sucked down towards the center of what used to be this town, towards the porthole, with the Blackberry Dragon stuck with its head shoved through this iron ring. You are now pulled quickly down towards the town and towards the dragon. Umbi, let me know about you.
Well, I rolled a 6 minus 1 normally, and then minus another 1 for my current status. So I got a 4.
You got a 4. All right. So as Kid Cervantes is grabbing you and trying to shuffle you in, trying to get you off the street, the pull of the Blackberry Dragon is just too strong. Your hand slips out of his prickly paw, and there's a few needles still stuck in your hand.
Yeah, and that hurts real bad.
Yeah,
when that happens.
and you are getting like thrown backwards now. You're like tumbling backwards down this town square. You're bouncing through the rubble of Main Street.
That's really good practical sound design, Brandon.
Thank you.
When Umbi falls, does he make like a horn sound?
Oh, like an awooga horn?
No, like a wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. Not out of his mouth, though. So
No, it's out of his butt.
no one's quite sure where it's from.
It's his butt, listeners.
Yeah,
it's his
it's
butt.
the
It's his butt.
That was gonna be my guess, was the butt.
Umbi, you also see other greenfolk are flying by you, just getting they're not even bouncing on the road. They're just going, and some of them are getting sucked into the gullet of the Blackberry Dragon. Mm-hmm. Some greenfolk are like holding on to the branches of the trees that are rooted into the ground. Some are like by just little fingers are holding on to some of the concrete rubble.
Yeah, it's a real twister situation.
It's a twister, a twister. Yes, exactly.
Are there any... What's a cow? Oh, milk thistle? Milk thistle cow?
Oh, that's cute.
Getting sucked into the tornadoes?
No.
Yeah.
Aw. So much for yes and.
Protect all cows.
The rules of improv!
No.
Now, Eric, Troy, Cammy, and Havana entered this space like holding on to each other. Remember
Yes.
Troy holding onto the two of them like two babies on his hips?
Yeah.
And had retracted the friendship necklace from its anchor on the top of the cavern to like fall the rest of the way. Can I shoot the arrow again and try to anchor us to something that is not this vortex? I mean, it
Oh, yeah,
feels-
no. Once on each of your turns while wearing the amulet. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go. So the answer is yes.
Hell yeah, dude. He's going to position his shoulders down toward where Umbi is and yell, "Friendship!" and shoot out his arrow, hoping to anchor them a little bit to the ground or structure.
Sure, let's do it. So you wiggle your crossbow out, you make another friendship arrow. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
It's got a 300-foot range.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fine. Especially because you're getting pulled closer to the ground by the fact that a dragon is trying to suck you into its gullet.
I'm trying to go as perpendicular to the path as I can. So, like, if the dragon's pulling us to the, southeast, I want to go southwest.
You are currently on the move while you're doing this. This is a moving shot, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So the AC of breaking stone here is 17, which is quite high. But here's the thing, is that this is all concrete, so you're trying to, you don't have to break anything necessarily, but you are trying to find purchase in this thing.
Yes.
And you're doing it on the move. So I'm looking for a 16 here.
Eric, does Amanda get that benefit because Troy's last name is Breakstone? Or
Yes. Yeah.
Heavy
yeah.
considered.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little... You're not trying to break the stone, as your last name would say. It's a good thing you're not, Bad Roll Fletcherson or
That's-
something.
that would be bad.
That would be pretty bad.
It's a good thing you're not arrow shatterer.
I can't believe we no-butted my milk thistle cow. What went ahead with this?
Yeah, we did it.
All right, well, let's give it a go.
You got this. Easy roll.
Let's go.
14!
Hey!
Hey!
All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
Troy, tell me what it looks like. Tell me what you're hitting.
I think that Troy's friendship arrow flies right over the top of Umbi's head, cutting off like a single hair, as if I was trying to like trick shot an apple off of his dome.
That's the last one I have.
Yeah.
Off of his bald pate?
Yes.
Jeez.
And lodges itself in the window frame of a building behind him.
I love it. Here's what I'm going to say. Troy, because the arrow is coming out of your necklace, you don't have to hold on. You don't have to hold on to stay, not get sucked in. You don't have to make strength checks, except for helping Cammy and Havana. Except for helping Cammy and Havana.
Yes, I would love to.
Cool. So now that will negate the disadvantage that Cammy and Havana have. So Cammy and Havana, you can roll regular, but Cammy and Havana still need to make strength checks to hold on to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Umbi, you're still tumbling down the road. Does anyone else want to do anything else while you have this time in between getting sucked up?
Yes. I would like to note for the record that my first thought was to, because I get 2 times damage to building and structures, was to blow up a building and shove it down the maw of this dragon.
Cool.
But
Not bad.
I have grown up.
Wow.
And what does grown-up Brandon want to do?
Grown-up Brandon wants to throw a potion called Oil of Taggart into the suction line of this creature, this Blackberry Dragon. If that happens, the creature must succeed on a bomb save DC throw or become poisoned, and if the creature becomes poisoned, the poisoned creature becomes unconscious.
Oh.
It does wake up if it takes damage, though.
We will not do damage to it.
And it's a contact potion, so it just has to contact it.
No, that sounds great. So what's my save? Yeah, what am I trying to roll?
So it is 8 plus 8 modifier, so 16 total.
Cool. I think you can definitely toss that out. I think it's going to take one more one. It needs to get sucked in first, so it's going to take a little while to get there, but you can definitely toss it in there into the jet stream and let it get sucked in for sure.
Yeah.
Love it. No, I love that.
I think as he's tumbling like a tumbleweed down this main street towards the open maw of this creature, he's like tumbling end over end, right? And he slowly manages to reach his hand inside of his like coat jacket thing, pull out a potion, which he hopes to God is the Oil of Taggart, tosses it in the air, and then as he fumbles end over end, he kicks it with his foot towards the dragon.
Nice.
Oh, Brandon, I rolled it. That was actually Italian dressing.
No!
Sorry.
Why would my people do this to Brandon?
They would never, Julia.
I rolled a nat 20 on that too.
Okay, cool.
It's Newman's Own, unopened.
Damn, Paul Newman, why would you do that to Umbi?
I wasn't screaming no because it wasn't the potion. I was screaming no because I wasted my Italian dressing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that was Brandon. That came across clear.
That was
You telegraphed
$7 at the
Yes.
grocery store. That's gonna be spency. Yeah, no, that's great. You can toss that in there. It's in the jet stream. It's gonna take a little bit to hit the dragon for sure. Cammy, you want to do anything? Or are you good?
Yeah, Eric, can I... This is a stupid request.
Sure.
Can I use Candy Blast on myself to make myself stickier so I stick to Troy? I'll even take the damage from Candy Blast.
Doo-doo-doo. The magic you're trying to use.
I literally can't... Oh, right, I can't use magic down here. Fuck me, I guess.
The magic you're trying to use cannot be completed as dialed.
As you try to conjure your steam up to candy blast yourself, the steam just gets dissipated into this liquid and then sucked into the jet stream of the Blackberry Dragon.
Huh.
Brutal.
I wonder if that's just, like, casting spells or if that's also hexes.
I don't know.
I mean, I can try to do a hex and see if that will help me.
I need strength saving throws from Havana Tropicana and from Cammy, and another one from Umbi.
But not disadvantage,
Normal now.
right?
No, these are normal, not disadvantage.
Yes. 18 minus 1 for a 17.
Nice. I rolled a 19 for Havana, so Havana's
Good
going to
job,
cling
buddy.
to Troy as well.
I just picture you both clinging to me like koalas.
Umbi rolled a 14 minus 2 for 12.
12.
Cammy is screaming like... a 18 minus 1 for a 17.
Cammy and Havana Tropicana cling to the sides of buff friend Troy. I was gonna say Troy Valentine. I don't know who that is.
It's Joey's brother.
Joey's brother, right? Cling to the sides of Troy Riptide. Umbi, you continue to tumble over and over and over. You're keeping speed with your oil of Daggett. That usually
No, Eric. If you remember, I kick it with my foot, so it is ever so slightly faster than me.
You're right. It's 1 foot in front of you. It's 1 foot in front of you. This one also. Speaking of tumbleweeds, there is a tumbleweed greenfolk that is now catching speed next to you.
Eric, are our trajectories intersecting at all? Are they going across?
Let me roll. As the tumbleweed gets close to you, Umbi, it says, "I've seen worse. It's fine."
Can I share with you a fun tumbleweed fact?
Yeah.
Sure.
While Eric rolls, tumbleweed's actually not originally a plant from the United States. It came over from Eastern Europe.
Oh.
Julia, did you know an invasive species called the air potato is taking over a bunch of gardens in New York City? That's true.
That's wild. Can
Yeah.
you eat them?
No.
Oh, not good then.
It's a little weed, big tuber.
Air potato is the nickname to a basketball player from Dublin.
It's really good.
Yeah, he wears those shoes and everything.
There's no rule in the rulebook that says a potato can't play basketball.
You're right. You're right.
He has great court vision because of all of his eyes. All right, here we go. Troy, as you're holding yourself and holding your two compatriots to your side, you're not moving forward. You are just like hanging. You're still hanging like up there in the z-axis in the quote-unquote sky.
Yeah. Okay.
So Umbi is because Umbi started on the ground. Umbi is tumbling straight forwardly, and you are up.
Got it.
Yeah. Hell yes. All right, Umbi, one more failed save, and you will be in the mall. Let's see what happens. Anyone else want to do anything?
Can I try to lasso Umbi?
Yeah, I was going to say, how far away is Umbi? How far is the Umbus?
I'm going to say decently far, but not like incredibly far, because y'all got closer to each other because you're being like sucked towards the same vortex.
Is he within 60 feet or too far?
No, I think it would be farther than that, because y'all were really you were coming all the way down from the top of this thing. Mm-hmm. And although you got much closer because of the vortex, I think you're farther than that. Because you're coming down from the full top of the cave.
Okay, then if Troy's going to try doing something, I am going to attempt to cast a hex called Fortune.
Interesting.
Do I hear burr, burr, burr?
Tell me what hexes are like. What inherent to you as a witch?
Well, according to Valdes, it is a witch casts their terrible hexes as an extension of their curse. As their curses are magical in nature, their hexes are considered zero-level spells for the purposes of features and spells, such as counterspell or dispel magic, which interact with magic.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I think you can do it. What do hexes look like instead? Because they're coming off of like the blight that's on Cammy.
Right, so hexes always require the somatic ability of my laughter.
Right.
So it's kind of going very nervous laughing like... And so the Hex Fortune, as an action, you choose one friendly creature other than yourself you can see within 60 feet. The creature has advantage on saving throws until the end of their next turn. Or saving throw is not going to be useful for the action that you want to take, and you're not making saves anyway. I'll do it on Havana then.
Sure. Sounds great. Do hexes look any different, or you're just like... It's just the steam is like coming off of you? How does these look different?
Yeah, I think it's that, and I think it almost sonically radiates like ripples, like visual ripples that you can kind of see.
I like it.
Yeah.
Havana gets a little shiny for a moment, being able to hold on a little bit better.
Well, it's good to know that my innate magic is still kind of working.
Julia, can you do this, but Cammy's like in a wind tunnel? Can you give me that?
Well, it's good to know that my innate magic's still working. Is that good?
Yeah, and then a cow goes by you? Crazy.
Oh, a milk thistle cow?
Yeah, milk thistle cow.
Oh,
I
wild.
came up with it myself.
The tape will show.
The tape will show that I came up with it myself.
Brandon's pissed, not reacting at all.
Hell yeah. Wonderful. Anything else, folks?
Yeah, I think Troy's just gonna throw a dagger into the mouth of the Blackberry Dragon.
Sure, yeah, man.
Let's give it a
Get
go.
him.
Yeah, just make an attack roll with advantage because it certainly helps when there's a vacuum going towards your face. You're going to have an easier time.
Okay, I got 4 and a 7. Neither is gonna do it, but I do have 2 attacks, Eric, so can I throw 2 daggers?
Sure, you can throw another dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2? Motherfucker. And 16. All right.
Okay,
So-
one dagger, you throw it out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and it's now like
Well, 16
traveling.
plus 3 for a 19.
Yeah,
19 to
and
hit.
it's traveling.
It doesn't hit yet.
I mean, well, it's far away, so it's like much like what happened with Umbi's oil is that it's like it's on its way, flying towards. Because the thing is, throwing a dagger, they would be super far away for you to do it, but because the vacuum is working towards your advantage, it takes a while to get there.
Cool. Well, I'm going to use a risk die, and I'll tell you what that means if and when the dagger actually hits.
All right, no problem. Brandon, you got something?
Here's my thought.
Tell me.
Before Umbi dies, he wants to take a potion of truth to tell everybody how. No, I'm just kidding.
Hilarious.
Here's what I'm going to try. I would like, Eric, to throw a bramble bomb upon myself.
Great.
Because it deals no damage, but instead causes difficult terrain. But if the creature in the blast radius is prone, which I think I am, it is enveloped by the brambles and must succeed on a strength athletics check against my bomb save DC before it can move or stand.
This is like me trying to candy blast myself.
No, I love that, man. That's great. I think that you can throw that bramble bomb down. I always imagine as all of your bombs are kind of like, things inside of other things.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like fuse on this. There's no like chemical going to other chemical. It's just like this terrible plant inside of a jar that you just try to like let out. So yeah, you can throw that bomb down. It spurts out and it is holding you down. I'll give you advantage on your strength saving throw. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah, love that. But you spike the bomb, the brambles grow quickly, kind of grab you, and it also helps, trying to hold you by the foot, a chain of cactuses. With Kid Cervantes holding on to the branch of a tree, the tree itself getting ripped out by its roots, and all of the cactus kids holding each other by the prickly hands are also trying to hold you by the foot.
No one has ever loved Umbi in this exact way before, and it's beautiful. A single tear falls down his cheek and then gets sucked into a Blackberry Dragon.
Yeah. Umbi's love language is saving him from dying.
You'd be surprised how often it comes up.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Wonderful. Okay, here's where it's going. Also, while this is happening, stuff is flying, plates are flying by you, food's flying by you, more green folk, more prisoners are flying by you, while also the dagger and the oil of Taggart is also nearing the gullet of the Blackberry Dragon. I need one more strength saving throw right now from everybody here. Umbi gets friendship advantage, Havana gets magical advantage, which is also friendship in a different way, and Cammy is just doing it straight up.
And Cammy rolled a 5.
Cammy rolled a 5.
I'm sorry, Cammy, I'm trying.
Havana rolled a 5 and a 4.
Oh, buddy.
If they start to slip, can Troy make a dex saving throw?
No. You're already doing it.
Okay.
All right, 5 and a 4. And Umbi, what do you got?
Well, Eric, here's my question.
Sounds bad.
If I am completely enveloped by these brambles and I have to succeed on a strength saving check before I can move or stand according to the rules, do I need to succeed on this?
Yeah, because that's what difficult terrain is that usually if you moved into it and out of it, you would get disadvantage. So there's a lot of other stuff happening. You're not dead immediately, Brennan.
Okay, I got a 6 out of 12.
There it is.
Minus 2, so I got a 10.
All right. Well, Havana and Cammy are pulled from Troy's grasp and continue to be sucked in by the Blackberry Dragon's vacuum-like abilities. And you are getting closer and closer now to Umbi, who is nearing, tumbling end over end over end towards the center of what used to be this town, now occupied by this monstrous creature. But there are things entering the gullet of this dragon before you. First, the potion you threw, and at the same time, a dagger coming from the sky. The tumbleweed green folk has now passed you because it's so aerodynamic. So let's see what happens before Umbi gets sucked into this dragon, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
see.
please.
Let's see what happens.
I hope that tumbleweed dies.
Rude. What'd he do to you?
Let's see which hits first. Amanda and Brandon, just give me some D20 rolls really quickly.
11.
18.
18. All right. The oil hits first. I need to make a Constitution saving throw for this dragon. What am I trying to hit?
Creature must succeed on a bomb save DC. That is 16 total for me.
16. Okay. Here's the things, folks. Dragons have good constitution. I've got +5 here for this dragon. So let's see. I need to have an 11 or higher to see if it swallows this potion and falls asleep. All right. I rolled something interesting.
You son of a bitch.
Troy, what are you doing with this dagger?
So Troy used a risk die on his turn. And so once the dagger actually hits the creature, I am going to be doing covering fire. So when I hit the creature, I can expend a risk die as a bonus action to cow it. Roll the risk die and subtract it from the next attack roll the creature makes before the start of my next turn.
Interesting.
Now my risk die is a 10. So I'm going to roll it right now.
Cool.
We'll see what's subtracted. All right, that is a 6. So Eric, you're going to subtract 6 from your next attack roll.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Maybe you take 6 off that Constitution saving roll right
Maybe
there,
I
bud.
do take 6 off this saving throw, though. It would be in a different direction. It would be in the wrong order. So maybe I
Yeah.
don't. So let's see
Hit
what
second.
happens. Let's see what happens. Umbi, you are getting pulled into oblivion. 5 circular rows of teeth
This isn't how I thought it would go down.
down into the throat of this terrible creature. You have no control. But you are submitting to a creature, to a power much larger than yourself. There's nothing you can do but just see what happens next. And luckily what happens next is the dragon starts to yawn.
Yay!
And poof!
Hey, it's Amanda, and welcome to the mid-roll. Welcome specifically to our newest patron, Shanna. We are only able to make the show because of Shanna and patrons just like Shanna, okay? You make room in your monthly budget for supporting work you like and don't want to live without. And we are here to tell you that your support, starting at just $5 a month on Patreon, or just $50 one time, that's like a pair of mid-level jeans, okay? That's like a takeout dinner for 2. And then in exchange for that, you can have patron support of Join the Party all year long, all right? We give you ad-free episodes, an additional bi-weekly podcast called Party Planning. We have a bananas party planning recording coming up later today, actually, and I'm very excited about it. All of that and more. Plus, of course, access to our patron-only Discord, aka the best place on the internet, at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. This week at Multitude, there has been so much great stuff coming out of Big Game Hunger, the weekly comedy show where Jenna Stieber and friends craft the next big video game every single episode. They start with a randomly generated genre, concept, and vibe, and then Jenna and a variety of her funny and game-obsessed friends take these ideas far enough that they can pitch it to some like Shark Tank-esque or Dragon's Den-esque board of rich investors. If you know Drawfee, a great program on YouTube, Jenna was recently on Drawfee and has had folks from Drawfee on Big Game Hunger as well. So make sure you go on, check out Big Game Hunger, the podcast, look it up in your app now. New episodes every Monday. We are sponsored this week by Character Select, a podcast hosted by industry veterans in film and entertainment, the actress Anjali Bhimani and casting director Julia Bianco. And what the podcast does is really ask people who make your favorite video games what inspired them to get into video games. So every episode has a gaming veteran from all aspects of game development. There's actors, composers, writers, directors, artists, and more, sharing the moments that for them really inspired and kickstarted their creative journeys. If, like me, you love interviews of creative people talking about the creative process and what got them into that world, Character Select is going to be one of your new faves. It is specifically meant to be a guide to leveling up your appreciation and knowledge of the world of video game development, voiceover performance, and more. So go on and look up Character Select in your podcast app now, or click the link in the description. Season 1 has just wrapped, so it's a great time to catch up. That's Character Select. We're also sponsored this week by Volante Design. If you are looking for badass and beautiful gear to make you feel absolutely incredible in real life and like you're low key in a music video, you should go ahead and check out Volante Design. Now, I'm typing right here to bring up volantedesign.us, and amazing. All right, prices just dropped on all of their shirts. They have some incredible collars, people. Okay, they have a Nouveau Noir collection, taking a step back in time with a like kind of Victorian Gothic-esque collection. They have Ninja. They have Star Warriors. They have essentials, okay? So like their design philosophy in quite accessible, like everyday garments that are still a little bit like, ooh, they have something going on. Amazing. And Volante Design, they couldn't be kinder. They're wonderful partners. They've actually made a discount code, which they typically don't do, for us specifically. So if you go to volantedesign.us, like I just did, and use the code Join the Party, you can get 10% off your entire order. All right. That's code Join the Party at volantedesign.us, where you might have heard me talk about them and think like, do I really need, like a licensed Lord of the Rings collaboration, incredible vest, shirt, or dress in my life? I mean, you do. But if you're like, no, like the everyday cosplay, not for me, they also have incredible all unifit men's and women's designs, gorgeous stuff that will make you feel low-key like a main character. Absolutely gorgeous. I honestly can't look at this website for too much longer because I really want that Starfleet jacket. Okay, folks, let's get back to the show.
The tumbleweed smacks into the dragon's chin, and immediately after, so does Umbi. Oh! I'm going to take 8 points of damage for smashing into this.
That's fair.
The dragon, as it yawns unexpectedly, it shakes its head violently from side to side, but there is a dagger sticking out of the side of its neck. And as it tries to rip the iron collar that is holding it down, tries to rip it out, but the strong chains that are holding it down seem to be too much for this poisoned and cowed dragon. And eventually it settles dejectedly, sleepily, frustratedly at the bottom of the porthole.
Unfortunately, Eric, I have to be the bearer of bad news for myself.
Yeah.
Did the dragon take damage from that dagger?
Yeah.
It wakes up.
Brandon, why would you do this to yourself? Brandon, why would you do this to yourself? Teacher, we have homework? Brandon?
Give me a dexterity saving throw right now.
Would my evasion work on this?
It's difficult terrain.
When I'm subjected to an effect that allows me to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage. It's about damage.
Yes, this would be about damage, yes.
Okay.
Mother of God.
Let's see. My dex is really good, though. So 13 plus 7 is 20 minus 1 is 19.
I didn't roll damage for the record. It's a D4.
No, it's that counts. That definitely does damage if you're doing if it hits.
I'm so mad the dagger didn't hit first.
No, I think it's good. No, that makes sense. Okay, here we go. Yeah, as it is sleepily thrashing in the collar and trying to shake it off. It's having trouble. It's being held down by these chains. And the tumbleweed and Umbi, you are in range right now to be smashed with your old man quickness. Even by getting overwhelmed by your misuse of potion, you were able to roll. You were able to roll out of the way, and also with the tumbleweed stuck to your torso, you were able to roll out of the way with the tumbleweed greenfolk as well.
Good.
It's like, see, it could have gotten worse, but it didn't.
We need to practice that one.
Oh, you have plenty of time. You're not going anywhere. At that point, the Blackberry Dragon makes a loud yelp, and its head is like getting pulled back out from the collar.
No.
It's struggling, especially as it's thrashing against the collar. Its very large square head pops out from it and is pulled back inside of the porthole. The porthole closes, and the town at the bottom of the compost facility is still again. You're out of danger for the moment.
Woo.
Wahoo!
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I hate everything about this place.
Are y'all okay?
Are you?
I've been better, but I'm
We
fine.
thought you died.
I've been worse. Hey, what's going on?
What? You're not part of this team anymore. Wait, go back home. What are you doing?
Hey, it's
What's
nice to
your name?
Hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm Bramble. Okay, what's
Tumble
going
on, my friend.
The tumbleweed greenfolk raises one of their weird prickly body parts up to you to shake it like a hand. Bramble is just a large tumbleweed with eyes, just almost like someone threw some clip art eyes on a tumbleweed in Canva.
Those specific eyes that Eric loves. Yes, the Eric eyes.
Yeah, my
yeah,
specific favorite eyes. You can see that there are some like little feet in there, but I think Bramble mostly travels by tumbling.
Fair.
Yeah, you get used to it. It happens twice a day, not
Twice
to be
a day?
outside. It's almost like remembering
What
to
the
bring
fuck?
an umbrella. Just don't be outside when the Blackberry Dragon shows up.
How do you have a village here if this happens twice a day and this much destruction happens? The buildings are outside and they all got destroyed.
Yeah, that's why you cower behind the buildings. Use it like leverage.
And you just hope the building goes before you?
Yeah.
How is there a town existing here if this much damage gets done and it happens twice a day?
It's good construction work. I'm not a reading Bramble. I'm a take care of myself Bramble.
But you can learn to read at any age, okay? Ask me, I did it.
I know how to read, I just choose not to read. I got other stuff.
Respect. But also, are we in prison right now?
Why are we talking to Bramble? Let's go talk to Kid Cervantes.
Troy is like hand over handing, towing him and Havana back down toward the bottom.
And Cammy. Cammy's still there.
Oh, good. Yeah, excellent. And he's like, "Yeah, we need to compare some notes here because I seen a lot, and that's the first I ever seen something like that."
Umbi's gonna go down the line of all of these Kid Cervantes children and shake each one's hand and give them each a hug, and then make his way back to Kid, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. Kid has a note that's been pinned to him. That's been like rolled up, a little scroll that's been pinned to him, and he gives it to you. And the note is, you unroll it. The note says,
Well, Eric,
Joy, you want to read this? Or is it okay if I do? Do you want to?
Oh, no, I don't have to do all the reading, but thank you, bud.
Oh, okay.
As the captain, I just do all the steering.
the note says...
Why are you laughing?
The note says, the family Cervantes, and it says Atticus, Eddie, Forrest, Kid, Sutton, and Quinn are the 6 Cervantes siblings.
excellent.
Atticus, Eddie, I'm like looking at it being like,
Is this
I
an
need to
acrostic
solve the
poem?
riddle of-
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, AEFKSQ. What could that possibly spell? Nothing, Julia. That spells nothing.
No.
What if you had named it Christopher, Allyson, Christopher, Thomas, Umbrella, and
Does that spell CAPTCHA? All right,
Susan.
Brandon, is this a CAPTCHA? If it is, you have to tell me. Brandon, if you're a robot telling me to look at traffic lights, you have to tell me or it's a entrapment.
You do Nopal. That's 5 letters. So cute.
Pretty good. No, I did a different thing with it, and you guys will figure it out
Very
at some
cute.
point. Be like, oh yeah, no, it's like I usually welcome people in here. People who are here at Compost.
You're still next to me?
Oh hey, what's up? Hey, I'm part of the welcoming committee. A lot of folks around here, I kind of got tired of doing it when you're just introduced to someone who gets sucked into it. But hi, hey. If you have any questions, hi, I'm Bramble. It's nice.
I
nice
have
to meet
one
you.
important
Bramble is
question.
still attached to Umbi, by the way.
God damn it.
Bramble is now on Umbi's back. Bramble has moved around to Umbi's back.
I have one important question is, if you knew to be behind the buildings at twice the day when the dragon comes out, why you get sucked up by the dragon?
There's only, you can only prepare as much as you can prepare. Sometimes the dragon's extra strong this time. Sometimes there's a crack in a window that wasn't there before, and you think that that's a safe place, and there isn't. It's an ever-changing environ.
Can you please get off my ass?
All right, I was being friendly. All right, here we go. Bramble brushes off of you.
Eric, are these famous cowboys?
Nope. All right, well, they're just an orientation. I can kind of point you around the town to some stuff that some stuff you should know.
Okay.
And why don't you guys look at the Slack, because I'm going to share something with you really quickly.
Forrest Whitaker, Atticus Finch,
Yeah.
Sutton Foster. I'm like just saying names
I
in
said
my
the
head.
Same thing, Julia.
Ooh,
Ooh, a map.
So I made a little map
Wow.
for y'all. I'll either put it in the episode description. We'll either like attach it in the episode description or definitely share it on the socials. But I made a little map for y'all. Maybe Bramble gives this to you, or maybe this is just like a visualization of him showing you around the town.
I hate the image you picked for the Bramble Dragon.
Yes, I did. That's actually the inside of a lamprey eel, which I thought was the closest
Oh, no,
thing
I
I could think of.
recognize it.
Yeah.
I recognize it.
Bad.
Yeah, do you notice I made it purple, Julia?
Yeah.
Usually lamprey
Sucks.
eels aren't purple.
That's good.
Yeah. So, again, you can look up this map, but I'm going to describe it. Basically, so up, Bramble, or Eric/Bramble has labeled this with different letters. It's notable. A is all the way at the top, kind of like there's a Z-axis thing going on demonstrating where you fell down from the top of the cave that you splooshed into.
Z-axis being height.
The Z-axis being height, right, all the way up. But below that, the little Z-axis line that Bramble made at the top, now you're kind of just looking at the whole town from a eagle-eye view like you were looking at any other map.
Please, from a Bartlett-eyed view.
From a
desiccated
from a
parrot.
Bartley eagle-eye view, a desiccated pear-eye view. Yeah, you're right. At the front, all the way on one side of the town is the sign at the front. There's kind of like a sign welcoming you. Umbi's seen it, but y'all can go check that out later. C is the Blackberry Dragon thing. So again, the porthole, which used to be, maybe you envision the middle of town. Maybe there would be like a fountain or a statue there if you're kind of envisioning something else. But that is where the porthole with the Blackberry Dragon is. D, you can see that out to like the northwest of town is a big hill that you now see a bunch of greenfolk are like kind of are like getting up off of the ground and are now just kind of milling around over on that hill. E is over on the east side of town. There is a big door, a big vault door. And Bramble's like, yeah, that's where the guards come out and throw all the food out. You gotta go grab it. You gotta grab it fast. If I can give you one piece of advice, you grab it fast. Because 15 minutes after they bring the food out is when the Blackberry Dragon comes. Because they're assholes. But that's the whole thing about being entrapped in a terrible underwater prison. It all kind of makes, if you remember that you're trapped inside of an underwater prison, it all kind of fits together. F is in the middle, is kind of the main street. So again, there's this street. Imagine that this is like 1/4 of what a main street in a downtown of a small city or a large town would look like. And there's all these desiccated ruins of like concrete bricks attached to trees of maybe that used to be full buildings. And that's the only thing that's been held down there because, there's a sucking dragon that shows up every 12 hours. And there's the main street there. And then G is like, oh, well, if you have questions, you can come to my house. I'm down there. My house is in the south. And that's Bramble's house. Yeah, if you want, you can just come to my house, ask questions. You can see me do pottery. That is where I do pottery. It's a real way to relieve stress.
Bramble, I'm very confused by you as an entity.
Now, Eric, I don't mean to Disneyfy your map here, but this is for fellow Disneyists. If you imagine the Magic Kingdom, you walk in, that's where the sign is. Then you go down Main Street. The castle is where the dragon is. To the right is Tomorrowland, and that's where his house is. And to the left is Frontierland, and that's where the hill is.
If that helps you, I also want to point out to you, Brandon, I don't want to shake you, but Walt Disney did base Disney World on how towns do.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say base. I thought you were gonna say base it on this map.
Yeah. This map, Bramble was alive when Walt Disney was alive. Yeah.
You don't see the copyright 1904 at the bottom?
Oh, they all have double letters. Atticus has 2 T's, Eddie has 2 D's, Forrest has 2 R's, Kid has 2 D's, Sutton has 2 T's, Quinn has 2 N's. Was that the secret?
Yeah, they all, because it's double-barreled names. Also, there's 6.
Double-barreled names.
Yeah, there's 6 of them, so they're a 6-shooter.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's extremely good.
And then you hear da-da-da-da-da, and a door opens.
Whoa.
You didn't see it before, but now it's here.
That's
Cool.
really good.
But Eric, it's not because they're all from famous novels.
No.
Or famous horses?
But yeah, you can go to my house if you need have a question, want to take a rest, you want to do some pottery. I got some pottery stuff in there.
I would love to long rest. Well, actually, I don't really fucking need to because my magic doesn't work down here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, did all of you breathe yet? Did you all take a deep breath in?
Yeah?
Whoa, I have never once thought about how I breathed.
I didn't think to take a deep breath in.
Well, if you don't, you gotta get used to it, though. Is that the thing? Is you're not using like regular air stuff. It's like the liquid that they got down here. It's like filled with oxygen, but it's filled with other stuff. So you gotta rewire your brain to like take it in to your green body. You gotta let your green cells take it, kind of like move it around to the places that it's supposed to go.
I don't want to. Thank you.
You're gonna get the runs later. I'm just trying to be helpful.
All right.
I would love to take out a true serum potion and offer it to Kid Cervantes and just say,
Cute.
Kid Cervantes grabs it, and like doffs his hat to you, and kind of like puts it in his bandolier. He's gonna hold it. He's gonna hold on to it for later.
Oh, he's not gonna talk. God
He doesn't
damn
want
it!
to talk to us yet.
Kid, I'm so glad you're okay, and it's so nice to meet all your siblings.
Yeah, Kid Cervantes like hugs you, Troy. Does the bro hug where he puts a fist on your back.
Oh, while I have you, I really wanted to put like a really spiky hurt key between my wings because I think it would make me more powerful. Do you think that's a good idea?
No!
'Cause they said no.
Kid Cervantes not like
Thank you.
makes like the thinking face and goes, yeah, like nods. Like, hey, yeah, that sounds
God
sick,
damn it,
yeah.
kid.
Then if I did, I would have been strong enough to save you. Cammy, you almost got sucked in.
Kid Cervantes does like the I know, right? Hand movements, like
I
arm
missed you.
movements.
I missed you, man.
Yeah, he pulls you into another hug and does like the bro hug, a fist on your back.
Troy gives him little circles on the back.
I guess I didn't even look to ask. Did either of the five of you, do you speak?
And then there's silence.
Yeah, they all five of them shrug at you.
Family dinners must be super weird with your family.
God damn it, I would love to go to those family dinners.
Yeah. So yeah, you're looking at each one of the Kid Cervantes siblings. Atticus, Eddie, Forrest, Sutton, and Quinn. They all have different flowers blooming on them of different colors. Kid Cervantes doesn't have a flower, but he has the hat, so that keeps him different. But each of them have like red, orange, yellow, blue, purple. Because no green, you don't have green flowers. So each of them have different flowers, how you tell them apart. But they do kind of look pretty similar. All of the other five siblings have different like clothing items. Some of them are wearing different pants. Some of them are wearing different shirts. You know, one of them's wearing like a big sweatshirt. But all of them look kind of similar because all of their clothes are like crazy tattered and dirty, and they're all wearing like one shoe.
Do they all seem like cowpokes, or is that just Kid?
No, they don't seem. No, they're not. They don't have big cowboy stances like Kid Cervantes.
And are they all saguaro cacti?
Yeah, they're all the same cacti.
Troy's gonna dig some of his extra like change of clothes out of his pack. Now that Amanda's reading about her explorer pack, I have a set of traveler's clothes, and I'm gonna offer them to anyone who needs them.
I also have 10 torches. Would you like one of those, Amanda?
Yeah. Atticus grabs it, and it's like, what is it, like a cut-off T-shirt, and puts it on.
Nice.
It's like a tube top cut off sleeve.
Yep.
Yeah. I almost got cooed at the Crags, and all I got was this cut-off T-shirt.
That's very funny.
All I got were my sleeves cut off, not my head or something like that.
Yeah. My dad got his tongue cut out, but I got this T-shirt.
Too real.
So is this the prison?
Yeah. That's how they do. It's the whole thing.
And you gotta look around, and so the map kind of only shows everything that is habitable. Everything outside of this map is just like desolate, you know? It's almost like not even desert, but like tundra almost. How it's like everything, all of the plants have been ripped out of the ground. It's all just like terrible nastiness. There is like in a kind of video game style, there is a barrier, a border around, because you're inside of this cave mountain. So there is like a mountain side eventually outside of that area, but everything else is just like there's nothing else here other than the rubble, terrible environs, and like various maybe duplicates of other stuff, because there's like rubble in other places. Other people have houses, quote unquote, and there's some other like community town stuff, but nothing else notable outside of what Bramble has noted for you on the map.
This seems like cruel and unusual punishment, having you almost get eaten by a dragon twice a day.
Yeah. I mean, you'll find it's also cruel and unusual for you, who's a part of the prison.
Well, we got down here of our own accord and easily. Can we not just swim back up? How did Kid get down here?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that happens. Like, some of the, You know, some of the folks in here aren't even charged with stuff. Like, oh yeah, the Marigold Field, the whole crew of the Marigold Field, they washed up on shore and then they went through the cave and just fell in here. Now they're here forever. Hey, what's up, Chaz? They'd be like, hey, what's up?
But that's against habeas plantis.
They don't care about habeas plantis. The Diamond Knot just kind of does what they want.
What happens if you get ate by the dragon?
Well, you're dead, I would assume.
What do you think happens when you get hit by a dragon?
Well, I mean, I figure you die, but like, you know, sometimes things are different than what I expect. So I figure it's right.
That's
it's good to
fair.
ask.
No, it's fair. I mean, some people think that the dragon is like is fake. It's like an illusion. And when someone from the Diamond Knot wants to like talk to you or take you to a different part of the facility, then like you get sucked up. Other people think the dragon is totally unrelated to what's happening here, and it just kind of all fits together nicely.
That's wild.
Yeah. There's like, you know, Chaz. You remember Chaz from I pointed out earlier. He thinks the dragon's the salmon. I think that's crazy. Chaz has not been able to deal with the fact that he's been held without cause down here for a while. I can't. I really can't. It's hard. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
Hey, Chaz.
Yeah.
My name's Troy Riptide. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait, Chad, did you do anything wrong?
The only thing I did wrong was walking into a cave the way I was supposed to. And Chaz gets pulled away by his crewmates.
I'll keep my promises, Chaz.
We can probably get Chaz out of here.
Troy, when you say you're going to break everyone out here, just like, so there's a lot of just like folks milling around, doing stuff, kind of picking themselves up after the Blackberry Dragon did its sucking, the bi-daily sucking.
Oh boy.
I'm fine with it. I'm going to keep going.
Oh boy.
And they're all like, oh, okay. All right, great. Okay, sure. It's like, yeah, everyone says that. Of course, you know, we've all tried this. We all try to get out of here. Like, yeah, it's almost like a weekly occurrence. Someone's like, oh, the way you do it is you put the spoons, you stack all of the cutlery up on top of each other, and then there's no way to get out. This is the whole point. There wouldn't be a secret flooded city that got turned into a prison if there was an easy way to get out.
Who thought you could just stack up cutlery? What the
It was a bad one. They were running out of ideas. It's like, we've tried it all. We've tried to go through, if the Bramble Dragon was supposed to be a secret teleportation exit, we tried that. We all tried to rush the door, but with the liquid stuff happening and all the guards are heavily armed, there's no way to get out that way. Try to go up, the Blackberry Brambles are keeping you from doing it, and there's no way to get out of here. So the best thing to do is just get used to making your hands like cups to drink from, and just get along to get along.
Yeah, have any of you tried claiming diplomatic immunity on account of your relation to 1/4 of the Diamond Knot?
Yeah, some people's done that, yeah.
Has any of it been true?
No, but...
Got one step ahead of
I
you
mean,
there,
well,
bud?
it wouldn't be... Why would... I mean, if you want to...
Troy pulls off his shirt and unwraps his wings and says, well, it's because I'm Prince Trevity's Breakstone. So, I'm going to get us all out of here.
Ooh, he's so hot. Oh. That's Umbi doing that.
All right, and I'm the salmon. All right, okay.
All right.
Nice to meet you, Prince. I'm going to go give everyone wishes. All right, okay.
I mean, Troy, no offense, who are we going to talk to? It's not like there's a manager we can contact here.
Apparently there are guards.
Yeah. And be like, hey, I'm Troy. I bet my brother wants to talk to me.
We didn't even try telling the dragon that.
Hey, real quick, this guy mentioned that some people think that the dragon is fake or an illusion or something.
Yeah.
Can I roll Arcana? I saw the dragon.
Yeah, sure, roll Arcana.
I just want to know. 24?
24. Okay, so this was happening while you were, like, getting sucked in by, like, powerful thing. You were in a wind tunnel while it was happening. But that belies the fact that it would have to be a combination of a few different spells on top of each other, plus, like, maybe mechanics or whatever. Because it's like, you need someone to suck people in. You need someone to keep the illusion going. You saw the dragon buck against the iron ring, which is incredibly difficult to interact with. So it's not that it couldn't be an illusion, but it would have to be some incredibly high level illusion magic to make all of this happen at the same time. Especially, where did the people go? So there's a lot of there would be a lot of questions and a lot of hurdles you'd have to overcome to make that happen if this was actually not real.
And it interacted with the oil, so.
And it interacted with the oil. Yeah, exactly.
Can try investigate the iron collar.
You were in the middle of town. You're on Main Street, which is F. You can go over to a different part of the map, but you'd have to like go do that to check it out. Because it's like, we're going to be in this area for a little while. I gotta want to use this map as a way, as kind of an orientation of everything. You know, sometimes I like thinking about a Dungeons & Dragons campaign as like a point and click adventure. Like, you gotta go to the different rooms or the different spaces to load it in. So right now you're on Main Street, and you can go to those different places. You can kind of go up and kind of look up for A. You gotta go all the way over to go to the different places.
Got it.
That's fine.
Before we go on the whirlwind tour of, no pun intended, of this place, why does it say on the welcome sign that they don't want to kill you, but they want you for compost?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Or they don't want you dead, or what? I'm paraphrasing. You know
Yeah. Yeah. South Compost City.
Why is it south? Does that mean there's more than one?
South Compost City is not enough to die. They want us to be mulch. Yeah, someone carved that in there a little while ago. I think it kind of
That's pretty fucked.
embodies I mean...
What does that mean? Are they like taking your energy for something else, or what are you...
Some people... Conspiracy theories.
It's not enough to die. They're also gonna use our dead bodies for fuel or growing other things.
Listen, I think it's kind of a sad way to look at this whole thing. But, you know, I think it also happens. I think there's something in this liquid that keeps people alive a little bit longer than they should if they need us for whatever. It's all just conspiracy. It's just all conspiracy at this point. But, you know, people have to take out their frustration in being locked in this place forever in whatever way. So someone decided to carve that into the sign.
Cool. Okay, I get it.
It's a metaphor for, like, dying.
Okay, cool.
You've been really helpful, Tumble Man.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you need anything, I'm Bramble. I'm at my house most of the time, because if I'm not, I'll get sucked in the way that you saw me get sucked in. So, if you need anything, just ask me a question, and I'm at my house.
Okay.
I'm really glad you survived, man.
Hey, me too. I think about that every day. Well, it's honestly, here's the thing. Even though we're here, it's much better to survive than to be dead. That's my thing. That's just what I think.
It's pretty true, man.
Yeah. And, you know, I did a lot of bad stuff to be put in here, so it's all about...
What the fuck you do?
Tax fraud.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, no, I frauded other people's taxes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Less fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
White collar, but still. I want to head over to the big hill. Can we do some stuff?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we can zoom out. So yeah, you can go to whatever area you want. Just kind of check stuff out. I'll say just right now that, like, if you want to kind of investigate generally, you should do that on Main Street. If you want to look around Compost, do that on Main Street. If you want to ask Bramble a question, or maybe you want to ask Kid Cervantes a question, you go to Bramble's house. If you want to investigate some other stuff, like you want to go up to the opening that you fell in from, if you want to go to the sign, if you want to go to the hill, or you want to go to the porthole, or you want to go to the door, you can just go there and check, and you got to kind of go to that specific location and check it out. Some other stuff might happen at these various places, and then maybe you'll be pulled there. But now the title card loads in. It says, "Welcome to Compost. You're never leaving."
I would like to go investigate the hill. Before I do, can I ask Kid, were you here before? Or is this your first time like it's our first time?
Kid holds up one prickly finger.
Okay, cool. All right, then never mind.
Yeah, let's go to the hill. So yeah, you head over to the big hill, you take a road out of town, and as you get farther and farther away, it just gets more and more desolate. There's like less and less rubble because it's like there were less buildings here, and now there's even less buildings here. But again, you see that there's like all of the street, it's almost like gray. That's how bad the soil is down here, whatever's mixing with the liquid that you're swimming and hanging out in. And you even see that, like, there used to be maybe plants in the ground that's been ripped out. So there's just, like, divots in the ground. But it's like someone buried them because the ground is pulled by the Blackberry Dragon twice a day.
Eric, also, sorry, I should have done this before, but right before we go up to the hill, can I just do a quick nature check on this liquid that we're in?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, check out the liquid.
I think my natural philosopher might help here. To identify herbs, potions, or other alchemical substances?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
What do you add to that, Brandon?
+4 +2, so +6?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, let's
cool.
do that nature check, dog.
So I got a 13 total. So if you want to do an Arcana check.
Yeah.
All right, 13 total. So earlier, you didn't know this. Umbi had been having a head rush for the last half hour or so because as soon as... Brandon, do you want to say what you did?
Yeah, I took a potion of water breathing.
Sure.
So that means I was like juiced up, like limitless pilled.
Mm-hmm.
So Umbi has +1 constitution, but -1 strength and dexterity because
sense.
it's like he huffed a bunch of oxygen.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So within the 13, yeah, there's a combination of stuff in here. I would say because you're Umbi and you're looking at this alchemically, this wouldn't be a natural combination of stuff here. You know, like when you hear about like them trying to add more electrons to certain elements, like in chemical labs and stuff, you're like, someone messed with this. Someone put this together. There's like weird liquid that we're floating in. There's definitely more oxygen in here, which is something that you already knew. There's also, you're going off of the thing that Bramble was talking about. It's like, why do people last longer in here? There's a little bit of vinegar and salt in here. You were literally being brined to stay alive a little bit longer than you were before.
Cool.
The thing about the oxygen, though, is that there's a little bit more oxygen in here than there would be outside. They like juice this up a little bit so that people's bodies could latch onto it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Troy and Cammy wasn't even phased by it means that like their bodies adjusted pretty quickly to just like sucking it in. And let's not talk about whether or not greenfolk use their lungs in the same way, but I feel like without there being a level of photosynthesis or whatever, I think it's like, I'm in here, I'm swimming in this liquid. Not only am I breathing it in, quote unquote breathing it in, I am immersed in this oxygenated liquid and it's making my body function.
Yeah.
So there might be like a heightened level of oxygen in here. But other than the stuff that's building on stuff you already know, that's all I can tell you with the 13.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
What did you roll, Julia?
Oh, nat 20.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Trying to show off
All right.
next up.
Ask me some questions, Julia Schifini.
One of the things I would like to know is based on kind of the divots in the ground that where plants were growing. I want to determine how long this bramble dragon has been here to disrupt the natural environment.
Cool.
And then pivoting off of that, I also want to know if there is any living thing that is capable of kind of withstanding this naturally. Like, that was not part of the prison when the town was built or whatever, but rather like pre-existed the use of this place as a prison.
Interesting. So first thing I'll say is to build on the stuff that Umbi was talking about. This is definitely an alchemical solution. Someone, something made this, dumped it in here. Bramble was referring to this before, that like, this is not naturally occurring. They flooded this city and now it's being used as a prison. So they must have made this solution and dumped it in here, and they made enough to make it cover the entire, at least like this quadrant of this city, right?
And the other one was, is there anything that existed here pre the dragon that has continued to survive?
Sure. I think you can track it, and maybe you'll see like a tree has cracked open, and you're looking at the rings of the tree. I would say this tree is about 30 years old, if you count the rings, and you believe the rings, and the rings aren't lying to you like lying trees can do.
Damn.
Damn,
It's my
dude.
favorite kind of tree is a lying
The
tree.
lying tree. It looks twice as old as it usually is, so we can get into bars. In terms of stuff that's growing here, you don't see any on the top level, but I think if you dig down a little bit more, and there is like some little lichens and some little mushrooms that are still here that's undisturbed, but they're undisturbed because they're underground. Anything that is like within sucking distance, vacuum distance of the Blackberry Dragon over time, twice a day for 30 odd years, you're going to it's going to get pulled out of the ground. Roots just aren't that strong. Any plants that exist would have to be underneath the ground. Magically, there's also not a lot going on here because, as we said, is like you can't.
Oh yeah.
You weren't able to contact Kid Cervantes. You weren't able to Candy Blast. This is a no magic zone.
Great. That's my last question: is what is causing this to be a no magic zone?
As you're digging around looking for plants, you also like feel some. You're getting in there, and there's a different wetness in the ground. There's like you kind of like strike this vein, this almost like you're when you're digging in the beach and then all of a sudden you hit the water table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you're digging in the ground here and you get some other liquid, and you're like, "What is this?" You look at your hand. Cam, you want to taste it? It's bad wine, but it's wine.
Huh.
This is built on the bodies of grapes that have fermented over time.
Oh, are they fermenting our bodies? Is it, Eric?
Mhm.
Is it blackberry wine?
What if it was blackberry wine? It could be.
Cool.
It would be.
Sure.
It could be. It
Whatever.
could be blackberry wine. Actually, no, that probably makes sense. Yeah, no, it's blackberry wine.
Huh.
It's bad though, because it's in the ground. It doesn't taste good. It has a lot of like a lot of dirt mixed in with
Very
it.
A lot of
earthy,
tannins.
A lot of terroir.
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
tannins.
yeah. While you're heading out from Main Street, Troy, do you have anything else you want to check out?
Eric, can I roll for friendship? Can I roll for brevs? Can I roll for just looking around as the townsfolk are going back to their routines and sort of the daily terror has passed? Who's clicking up together?
You want to just do a vibe check?
Yeah,
Just give me charisma.
that's 14.
Oh wait, are you proficient in bros?
Proficient in brevs. Okay, yeah, 18.
Okay, 18 for a vibe check. Your shirt is off. You've popped your shirt off. Your wings are out, right?
Yeah.
No one's impressed. No one cares.
Whoa.
No one cares. Even if some people recognize that you are, in fact, Troy Riptide, Troibides Breakstone, Lost Prince of the Crags. No one cares, or at least they're trying to keep it to themselves, even if they are. You are feeling a little watched, though. You're feeling like there are eyes on your back.
They always are. It's a good back.
Yeah, yeah. If you're looking for vibes, the vibes are in the toilet. The vibes are toilet. They're toilet level.
Toilet vibes.
And I wonder if it's because you're in a prison that used to be a town and is destroyed. There's a dragon that shows up every there is more dragon than there are food deliveries in this place. Like, the Diamond Knot has put this together to destroy the morale of folks around here.
Yeah.
There aren't factions. If there are friendships, it's like one-on-one. They're small. They're just like trying to get through. Everyone's disenfranchised. I know that like I'm English essaying my own work here, but it's like they're in a prison. They're disenfranchised. You can figure out how later on, but the vibes in the toilet, everyone's having a bad time.
Troy's going to lean down to Cammy and Umbi and go, "Great news, guys. This is ideal for fomenting revolution. Ideal. Ideal.
And as a member of the Crags, you know a lot about that. That's good.
Yeah, how to quash it and how to start it. And until now, I didn't realize it's what we were learning when we were kids. I thought it was all like, oh, play, sword, haha, poke, poke. But no, it's about fomenting revolution, and I'm ready."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fucking upend the status quo.
I wish I had magic.
In your nat 20 Arcana check, Julia, you realize that like, probably in a prison they take away all the powers that people have
Yeah.
to make sure
Yeah,
they're in
that's
prison,
fair.
huh?
Hey, Cammy, you don't need magic to be magical to me. Okay?
That's true.
Okay?
That's very nice, but I feel useless.
Havana, back me up here, bud. Even if you're not doctoring, you're still a doctor, you know what I mean?
No, man, this sucks.
All right, okay.
I agree.
Havana sits on a broken bench.
Umbi, you've gotten out of worse scrapes than this, haven't you?
Fuck yeah, man! We're gonna fucking take them down.
Yes, thank you, Umbi, thank you. Cammy, sometimes the magic you need is your biceps and your dreams, okay? We're gonna make this happen.
Cammy raises an arm and it's literally a stick. It's funny because she's a bush.
Oh, you're right. Damn. Cool. So yeah, y'all are heading out of town. You're heading towards the big hill. The vibes in the past, terrible. But maybe on the horizon, as you hear people yelling and jeering and clapping, there's some energy happening over here at the big hill. And as you get closer, something is going towards you, rolling and bounding down the big hill. It is getting speed and is coming right towards you. It is a wheel of cheese, and 20 green folk are running after it.
Yay!
You should probably get out of the way.